touches, and then withdraws and touches their chest. And moves and touches my chest. And what I want to do initially is, as he moves forward and backwards, just feel his feet. And then when he starts to move, I just relax and ground my feet underneath his feet. Give it a small interrupt. By him moving forward and backward, he's moving in tension. So the relationship between his mental body, his energy system, and his physical body is fluid. It's moving. If the person didn't move at all, it would be static and it would self-ground. And then at any time during this process, you can go magnetic as he's withdrawing, or electric as he's extending, and just relax under the feet. Then as it happens, you can add a little bit of energy into it. Initially, you're only taking what's given, and that's how much he's giving me. I'm just relaxing under and back. If he gives me a bit more, I can relax a bit more back. And if you give me more again, then I can align and release that. And you want to minimize there's a little bit of having to use my body weight rather than my joints. So that's just more joints versus, take it into the body, transform, send it back. Be very sensitive to waving your mass versus up and down. Up and down creates a very pure energetic phenomena. Forward and backward doesn't. So if I throw my body weight forward and issue, I don't get the effect of gravity making my bones glow. So when you drop down and you stretch everything open, gravity makes your bones radiate energy. So every time your partner comes in, you want to be going down, not forward. If I'm going forward, I'm only taking a small percentage of that energy from the bones. When I go down and send his energy down, then the bones compress, they glow, they radiate power. So up and down is important. Forward and backward is a necessity of distance and timing. It's not actually needed for the issue. So you want to train up and down as much as you can before you go forward and backward. If you throw your body weight and then stretch, you get a false issue. The person bounces and they go far away, but it's a mechanical shunt based off the elasticity, not off the energetic frequency of radiant energy and power affecting them internally. So it becomes more external. It's just tendons, ligaments, and body mass versus energetic emanation and effect with the vital energy. So up and down first before you go forward and backward. Once you've done this forward and backward exercise a few times, then you can switch at any time. So let's say I'm the one doing this, and then you feet close to my elbows, and I touch, and then you uproot me, and you put the energy through. At any time when he uproots me, I can roll and just take it back. So he goes through a big issue, and every now and then I just put in a counter issue. You just loop underneath. And because it's so quick and your partner's extending their power out, when they're extending their power out, that's when they're most vulnerable. That's when you can catch them. So at peak power, that's peak vulnerability. And you don't want to have your partner expecting it every time they bounce you for a counter issue. 1 in 3 to 1 in 10, you just put a counter issue there to give them a counter bounce. While you're starting to move up, you just switch and roll under and bounce your partner instead. And then you just work backwards and forwards with that. If you do that too much when you start the exercise, it becomes confusing and hesitant. So do 10 minutes of the first exercise before you add the counter issue into it. And then once you have the counter issue, you get a sense of real jinn, because the person's not expecting it, they're not feeding, they're actually trying to get you, and they're the one that bounces. And then that skill of coming under someone who's trying to get you really fast and shooting them based on their extension of their mind and energy. So those of you who are training in the martial realm do a lot of that counter issue, and then you can implement it or put it into your push hands exercises and your chi sao, and that'll lift your level right up. Okay, partner up, have a play.